Hi folks, CJ here, and welcome to Schick Happens. You probably don't even remember me. It's been almost a year, maybe just over a year, since I posted my last YouTube video. And I'll tell you, I just needed a long break. After doing YouTube for 3 years in between 2 channels, over 400 videos, I just got burnt out and just kind of walked away and got back to my life a little bit. But anyway, quite a few of you have been following me on Instagram, and I know I occasionally get messages and emails asking how I'm doing. So I figured, you know what, it's about time I put together a video and give you guys an update. So what have I been doing for the last year? Well, a lot of things. But most importantly, just enjoying my free time and doing what I want and not getting tied down with making videos 2 or 3 times a week. It was really a breath of fresh air just to take that amount of time off. But yeah, let's talk about some of the things that I have done. This is kind of a little bit of a clutter here, but one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time is cover the woodshop walls with pictures. Just favorite pictures of things that occurred here with friends and family in the outdoors. Got them all blown up and just used scrap wood to frame them. And of course I did the entire front of the shop as well. And down here at the other end I put in a long overdue countertop. Now I'm unsure how this happened. This was supposed to just save space so the main table here wouldn't get cluttered. And it just happened to turn into a bourbon bar. Go figure. A little bit of sad news. Last August or around that time frame, our barn cat Fiddle just disappeared. He was never a cat to be gone away from this property for more than 24 hours. He would always come back to the barn here. And one day he just disappeared and never came back. You know, that happens with barn cats. I don't know what happened to him. It could have been several things. A few months before he disappeared, we had another wild cat show up. Very friendly. He wasn't even full grown yet. He was not much bigger than a kitten. And we named him Donald. And he was a great companion of Fiddle's. And of course we still have Donald. And just recently we wanted to get him a companion for the barn. So I went to the shelter about 5 months ago and picked up like a part Siamese, it looks to me like. And we call her Skidmark. And of course over the last 3 months I've been working in the wood shop here. We needed a cutting board in the house, and I wanted one out in the barn here because I do a lot of cooking on the grill year round. So I watched a couple YouTube videos, picked out a couple patterns that I liked, and went ahead and made a cutting board for the house and one for the barn. I've also been working on a lot of other little small projects. I just finished a little maple and cherry table or stand, small stand to put in between the log chairs in the barn, and a few other small projects. And yeah, we're still getting snow here in Northwest Ohio. Planting our garden's still a piece off, but hopefully the weather's going to turn the corner here soon. As far as hunting season goes, or deer season more specific, I was not successful this past season. It wasn't because I wasn't seeing deer. I had plenty of shot opportunities. Just couldn't get the one that I was after. And when he finally started coming in late in the season, towards closer to shooting time, he dropped one of his sides. So I just called it a season. But it was still a very successful deer season this past fall. My buddy Don from Bucktails Outdoors, he finally, after 3 years of planning, made the trip here to Ohio. And not only do we have a great time for 4 or 5 days, but he harvested on my property the biggest buck that showed up on camera last year. I was so tickled for him. And I think score-wise is probably the second biggest buck he's ever shot. Not only that, it was his first buck with a crossbow, and it was the first deer taken out of the rut hut. So that came together pretty good. In addition to Don coming here, I think that was around Halloween, the following weekend, Kyle from Dark 30 Outdoors came up the first week in November and hunted. And he was successful in harvesting a nice doe during his time here. So that was pretty cool. And there was 3 other occasions where I hosted hunts here where individuals got their deer. My neighbor's grandson got a real nice doe for youth gun season here. And then his father got one during gun season. And then my buddy Matt, who we call the Nomi, came here during muzzleloader season and got a nice doe with his muzzleloader. So all in all, it was a great year here on Schick Road for deer season, even though I didn't get one. But nonetheless, I was tickled for how everything played out. Oh, and this is the buck that I shot the previous year. I picked him up, I think, in August. Came out real nice. I was very happy to harvest this deer. Recently, a friend of mine was going to upgrade his dust collection system in his wood shop, so he ripped all this 4-inch out and sold it to me at a really good price. I have all the components here to get this set up in my wood shop, along with the drop tubes and the gates, and that's a project I'll be working on here in about 2 weeks to get this installed with my buddy Matt's help. Long overdue on that. Well, anyway, I know it's impossible to cover everything that I've been up to for the last year. I just wanted to talk about a few things, but more importantly, let you know I'm doing well. Give you guys an update. My health is good. I've been exercising, walking, and taking care of myself a little bit better. But anyway, thanks for joining me here today on Schick Happens, and until next time, cheers. Oh, and some of you are probably wondering, what about the Schickster? He's in the lean-to now. Schickster, come here. Doing an update video. You want to say anything?